Welcome back to another episode of the podcast. There's one of me this time and other people, and we're going to talk about the Doom movie. You want to introduce yourself?
My name is Nick. I think that's
That about do it.
that about does it. Yeah.
Nothing else you want to say?
I'm pretty tired.
Yeah. How about it?
Yeah. No, that's about it. I mean, I want to crack into this movie.
Yeah. So before we get into the details, have you played any of the Doom games before? You've seen that movie or like?
Yeah. I mean, I played Eternal, and then I played a little bit of the that one before Eternal, and then
Just the 2016 remake, whatever the hell,
yeah,
whatever they want to call it.
and then I played Doom 3.
Yeah. So you have some idea, and then I have played a good amount of most of them, and if I haven't played it, I've read about it or watched videos, so we'll have a decent idea of why the movie has nothing to do with the fucking game.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, obviously, the time it came out, I'm not gonna check it right now because I don't care, but it was like 2006 or some shit like that, and they were just basing it off fucking Doom 3, so none of it makes a lot of sense because that wasn't really important to a whole lot of anything. But they just try to tie a bunch of shit in it from the game that doesn't make a lot of sense
Yeah.
because that third game doesn't really make any sense.
Yeah. No, I mean, yeah. Third game was weird. It was definitely like a horror type game, and then the movie was basically, if you want to call it horror, it was definitely I would say horror, but
Yeah, if you I mean that's a way you can describe it, I suppose.
yeah, and I mean, I don't know, I enjoyed the movie for just being a movie. I wouldn't say that like I liked it for its lore or story at all.
Yeah,
But
like if you ignore that it's a Doom movie, it's like a 5 or 6 out of 10. If you take into account it's a Doom movie and try to think about all of the Doom stuff, it's probably like a 2 or a 3.
yeah.
Does that sound about right?
Yeah, no, that's about accurate.
Because I mean, the movie starts, they want to talk about the fucking, they highlight the yellow key cards and shit, and of course, we've got The Rock in the movie because pretty sure this is right after he did the Scorpion King one or whatever the hell, you know what I'm talking
Oh
about?
my god,
The
yeah.
Mummy one where he looks
Yeah.
all fucked up.
Dude, yeah, that's
The CGI.
that was a that was a good movie growing up. Oh my god.
Yeah, so this is right on the heels of a bunch of CGI rock nonsense as he first started trying to be an actor. Because I'm pretty sure at that point his first big role was the Scorpion King, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Like
No,
in a movie
that-
outside of the wrestling shit.
yeah, no, I think that was the first one.
Because I don't know a
First
lot about
one.
his wrestling career. I know some about the wrestling history of the way that it changed the WWE and stuff, how it all changed and shit.
Yeah,
But I don't
yeah.
know anything about people, so I don't know anything about his wrestling nonsense.
Yeah.
So I think that was after that, like at the end of it,
Right.
but I couldn't tell you. Um, Pretty sure at one point they keep like multiple times they keep saying like it's game time and shit like that to remind you it is indeed a movie video game. It's not directed by Uwe Boll, even though you would think with the writing that it was, because he did like the fucking I think he did the House of the Dead movie and like a few other video game movies that are really bad. If you can find a bad movie, like video game movie, it's probably that dude because he just likes to make them. Like I'm pretty sure one time he literally challenged his critics to a boxing match, and then because he's just like kind of a big dude, he just kind of beats the shit out of all of them. If they ever like, I'm pretty sure it happened one time or something. He just whomped on a dude. I don't know if that's true or not, so don't take that for my word. But I think he actually did it, and I think he just beat the shit out of a dude. And was like, my movie's good because of this, and it's like that doesn't change the criticisms that they have of the movie.
Yeah, it wouldn't.
All it changes is they can't really talk anymore. So I don't know, but the base or whatever the hell I think something's called Olduvai or something, which is like a fucking. I was saying while we were watching the movie, it's like a tool industry from like ancient human times. So I think they were trying to make the connection with the fucking. I think there was something in the game like the original people were on Mars and they teleported or some shit to Earth, and that's how we got here or some shit. So maybe that's why they're trying to make that connection.
Yeah.
But I don't really know because the way when I first realized that they were talking about that in the movie, I was like, so there's one of two things happening here. Either you think the Doom audience is really smart and knows about archaeology, or you're shooting way over the heads of these fucking Mountain Dew chugging Kyles that are watching your Doom movie. And either way, people are missing out on what's happening because you're throwing in weird archaeological nonsense.
Yeah, no.
Like, what does that add?
Yeah, no. I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea.
It's just weird to throw in the movie, and then fucking obviously they name the fucking some dude in the movie's name is Carmack because you know John Carmack. You gotta make the hee joke about him because I don't know if anyone knows anything about him, but he's one of the people that was a programmer on Doom, and he's pretty much the reason why that game worked the way it did. Because like he invented ways of programming shit and stuff like that for the game to work. Like
Really?
he's super smart. Like the dude works with like AI and like rockets and shit now.
Oh,
like
wow.
he's out of his fucking gourd. Like I don't if you could I swear to God I could have a whole episode just about John Carmack because he's a fucking enigma. Like he's so funny. Like you know that Civvy guy I was showing you?
Mm-hmm.
He makes jokes about him all the time because he's just insane. Like he's too smart of a dude for it to even be like normal. I don't understand. But then obviously the dude in the wheelchair they gotta name Pinky because they need to find a way. What? You looking at the notes?
Yeah, Pinky after Pinky.
Pinky, haha. Oh yeah, rock. No, I can't remember what scene. I should have put a timestamp on that note, but there's some scene in the movie as they're gearing up to go to Mars or whatever, where like, I swear to God, The Rock makes this look or says something where you clearly know that he is well aware this movie is a piece of shit. Like there was some look he made or something where he's just like, "Ooh, yeah, I just said that."
I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
there was some scene.
He said he was talking. I think he was talking towards Pinky, right?
I think so. I don't know.
He said, yeah, no, I don't know. He said something that he looked like he was about done with the day for recording for.
Yeah, that was probably the end of the fucking session. They were like, "We're just gonna squeeze this line out of you and leave." But then there's the doors with like the fucking weird, like,
the like
magnet door or whatever, the hollow door. Like
hollow doors, yeah.
they're all shaped like A's. I don't know what you know what I'm talking about. Like the door gets like wider at the bottom. I don't know why it can't just be shaped like a normal door. But I guess in the future they've lost the purpose for normal shapes. Rectangles are now out of the question. Just circles and triangles and shit.
Yeah, Star Wars made it easy.
Because they just had the fucking big blast doors and shit.
Those ones are nice.
Did you see the guy on YouTube that made the full fucking like usable fucking plasma lightsaber thing?
Yeah.
Isn't that shit crazy?
Dude,
it's like the proto saber or whatever, but it actually works.
I wanted to buy one.
he cut through a fucking 1/4-inch steel plate.
Dude, I know. I was like, oh.
Like he was actually cutting through things with it. I was like, holy fuck. That thing. If you haven't looked at that, go look at that. Nothing to do with Doom, but you know, just things. A man made a lightsaber because there's a real life Tony Stark. I don't remember what his YouTube page is called, but if you find the guy with the lightsaber thing, go check him out because it was pretty epic. And he literally, I don't know if you watched the part where he was talking about, but he was like, "There's like 5 people on the planet working on this type of technology. Like you can count on your one hand, like how many people are trying to make a real one. He's one of them, just doing it.
Wow.
Yeah, it was pretty fun to watch.
Oh yeah.
But then there was some point where like. You know the guy, like the Marine guy that keeps talking about fucking religion and Jesus and shit.
Yeah,
and then they pull up to the fucking holding cell or whatever, and the dude goes, "How do you know that it's a holding cell?" And he goes, "Touch the wall," and then it gets shocked, and it's like, "How the fuck did?"
Yeah, we didn't see explanation.
Exactly, we didn't see anything in the scene that showed like that there was something that would have made obvious it was electrified to someone that has been in that environment or not. It just like he walked into a prison area. And that alone was enough to know it would be electrified.
Mm-hmm.
And what I'm wondering is, was he that fucked up that he was in prison that he needed to have electrified walls, and now he's still able to be a Marine?
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's just, we're cool with that?
I mean, the part where he starts cutting himself in the middle, like, because he knocked over a barrel down the stairs. That was, I guess you could say he's messed up in the head, but
yeah,
I don't know about electrified walls.
Doesn't he say some shit like he gets mad at himself? He cuts himself because he took the Lord's name in vain or something?
Oh yeah. That's what
you're like. You're just sitting there like, where did this come from? Out of nowhere. Like this movie is about a video game. At this point, I mean, not until Doom Eternal, I think, did they acknowledge a hell side to the story.
Mm-hmm.
So at that point, we didn't know that it was involved in the lore.
Yeah.
So all we know is that there's hell and demons. So now this dude's talking about making up to God for using his name in vain. It's like, what? Where did that come from? Like, did we just shove in God in this game that had nothing to do with God yet?
That's true.
It
That's
just seemed
true.
really random out of nowhere.
It definitely was. Definitely
I
was.
have a note. After the electrified wallet just says "not a monster." I don't remember what that was about. Um,
Hmm.
yeah, we're just gonna take that as it
All
is.
right.
Just says "not a monster." I feel like someone said something about a monster or some shit. I don't exactly remember. What? What?
Under God.
Which one? Man is high. Oh yeah, because well, remember, so there's the weird dude that's like let me see if I can find his name. I had it, yeah, Portman, the fucking crazy crackhead looking dude
Oh yeah.
with the
They take.
wild ass looking
I
face.
forgot they took drugs.
Yeah, because he's with the fucking younger kid, some Marine or whatever that they keep calling little or what boy or whatever the fuck they call them.
Yeah.
And he's like, he like all of a sudden just starts tweaking in the corner. You're like, bro, if you not taking your hit in the last few hours, like he just looked like he was bugging. He looks to Portman or whatever for some crack, and he pulls out some fucking bean or something.
M&Ms.
Yeah, he's got some senzu bean ass crack, like just at the ready for this man. And it just seemed like it was a normal thing for them to be taking, but I'm pretty sure at some point, like, um, the guy that plays opposite to the Rock, I can't remember his fucking name, but he's like, dude, have you been taking drugs? And he's like, oh, I just need something to take the edge off. And it's like, you would think from the way they set it up before that that was a normal drug for them to be taking, but then this dude gets mad all of a sudden that they're taking it.
Yeah.
So it's like, is this a normal Marine thing or is it not? Because it seems like they could just huff these like smelling salts and it's gonna be okay.
Yeah.
And then he just goes off. So I don't know.
Yeah. That was a weird. That definitely was a weird ass scene.
Yeah, and then that was, I think that after that is when Godman cut himself for the Lord,
Oh yeah.
and everyone's just being high. You know, whether it's on drugs or God or Semper Fi, motherfucker. It's just they're high on something. You know, I mean, at the beginning of the movie, there's a thing at the end that's pretty good, but at the beginning, you see The Rock putting clothes on or whatever, and he's got Semper Fi tattooed across his back, just to drive home the point that he's a Marine. If you didn't know that he was a Marine, by the fact that they told you that he was a Marine, just because they wanted to make sure that you knew that.
When was this movie made again? It was.
I think it was 2000. Hold on. It was
2000 and something, right? It was early 2000s, definitely.
Yeah. Let's see. Doom. 2005. So.
Oh wow.
Full 12 years after the first game came out. For those of you checking history books, I don't know.
For all you youngins out there.
Yeah. So what's going on, guys? Nick had to leave, so we're gonna do this a little differently than normal. It's just gonna be me. So I'll just finish talking about do myself. So I'm not gonna. It's kind of too late for me to fucking care about checking where you're at because I already started. And fuck off, phone. I didn't turn that off. I believe you were talking about the guy that likes God a lot, and he was high. Then there was a weird tongue monster thing that just I don't remember ever appearing in any Doom game. I don't even know if it was in Doom 3. Could be wrong. The phone's going off again, so I'm gonna fucking silence that. Alright, so tongue monster. Yeah, I don't know if I'm correct about that. I don't think it was in Doom 3 though. So whatever. The fucking sister of the dude, the other dude that plays alongside The Rock, just goes missing, or she's not missing. She's by herself. I don't know who let her go by her own, because she's not exactly a soldier trained for that. But you know, it's whatever. At one point, all right. So as she's in the lab, she's with the guy that didn't like the magnet wall weird goo whatever thing, and just this Rottweiler shows up. I don't really know where it came from. It just decided it was going to be a part of the game now. By game, I mean obviously the fact they keep referring to the damn thing as a game. But yeah. So they get attacked in there. That's nice. I just have what the fuck. I don't know what that's about, but I think something weird attacked them. Portman starts geeking at this point and being crazy. They do use a limb to open a door, like with the handprint, like they do in the games, which is kind of cool. Um, they get a BFG, which is nice, or they find it at least. They see it. Um, someone makes a comment about killing the women and children, and the Rock's just going crazy at this point. You know, as everyone's getting ready to evac or getting towards the end of it. Um, yeah. I don't know. Someone I have a note about someone not wanting to help because someone's sister's mean. Hold on. All right, I keep having to adjust the mic, so hopefully this should be better. But at this point in the movie, we finally get the first person scene that basically makes up for the whole terrible movie that we were watching before. Um, obviously they got to make the guy blow up the red barrel. I should mention that the guy who is in the first person section is the guy who was playing opposite the Rock. He was given a shot by his sister to recover after he was attacked by a demon. It's some experimental stuff. He didn't want it, but she gave it to him to recover, and now he's got superpowers or something. And the Rock had disappeared because he got attacked, but now he comes back with superpowers eventually. But yeah, in the first person scene, the guy blows up the red barrel because obviously you got to do that. Um, I have something about a rat in someone's eye eating something, so I'm pretty sure that happened, but I don't exactly remember what the scene was. Um, eventually, the guy in the wheelchair named Pinky shows up. Obviously, they were using the model of Pinky from Doom 3, where it's kind of like got a robotic lower half. He uses the BFG and stuff, and then the chainsaw and all that. So that's pretty cool. It makes up for a lot of the nonsense earlier. But pretty sure there was some line about getting fresh air because he sent it to Mars or something. And then the guy opposite the Rock throws a grenade into the portal and blows him up. And what I didn't understand was I was pretty sure they were still on Mars or whatever. So he threw him into a portal on Earth and then threw a grenade in to blow him up and just assumed that there wasn't anyone around them that could get hurt. So I guess that's good that that didn't happen because I don't know how he would have known. Sorry. But yeah, and I assume the Rock dies and the movie ends. So that's Doom from 2005. It was pretty shit. Um, this episode also gonna be probably not as good as the usual ones because it's just me towards the end. So take that as you will. I'm working on putting together a special on like my top 10 video games at the moment. I got to put together the criteria I want to use to rank them and stuff like that, and then I got to actually put them in the order. So hopefully I can do that. I've just been busy with school and whatnot, but hopefully with break I can get some time to do that. So yeah, that's it. Make sure to subscribe or follow or whatever, and see you in the next episode.